Let me tell you a legend about the greatest bounty hunter who ever lived. A real manly man, a rugged warrior, and they call him Samus Aran. As a child, he was raised by the Chozo. That's a tribe of Martian Indians, I think. He saved the world and blew up other planets by the time that he was old enough to drink. A sissy little dragon ate his family, so then Samus launched some whoop ass in a can and beat that ugly beast through each Sunday like a burly, beefy, brawny macho man. Oh, Samus, the spaceman cowboy, he's a hero to us all. Yeah, Samus, the spaceman cowboy, has a robotic suit and giant balls. Morph balls, I mean. I swear it curls up in a little ball, like an exploded armadillo. Well, Samus, he battled many bad guys, but none more so than the toothed jelly blob. And when Samus had defeated all its kinfolk, he then made himself a jelly shish kebab. Its rivals were a band of evil fellas, the space pirates who sailed the seven seas. With a zapper hand, he sank their pirate vessel, and then brought those surly sea dogs to their knees. Oh, Samus, the spaceman cowboy, he's a tough guy through and through. Yeah, Samus, the spaceman cowboy, only gets out of bed to kill and screw. With a screw attack, I mean. There's no real screwing, I guess. It's mostly just killing people. Well, Samus loved to hunt himself weird critters, like dinosaurs named Kraid with triple eyes. But it only took a couple magic missiles to bring the giant Dino down to size. And then at last there came an epic showdown between Samus and a mother-chucking brain. But 1,000 bombs and rocket launches later, Samus gave the thing a permanent migraine. Oh, Samus, the spaceman cowboy, he's as manly as can be. Needs no helmet or suit of armor, just a blue spandex suit or bikini. Wait, what?
Well, howdy there, friends.
Well, howdy.
All my space cowboy pals joining me today on Replayed. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Replayed. Hi, you guys.
Hello.
Hi.
We are here.
Think you'd see the day where we got to sit and do a comments live stream about Samus the Spaceman
Well,
Cowboy.
I can't believe they voted for this.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
such
Oh,
a
that's right.
surprise.
You totally voted for it.
Totally voted. No, we voted for it. You guys have been doing a lot of voting this week on the Battle Royale, which
That's right.
we'll probably talk about a little bit more by the end of this. But we decided that we're going to take matters into our own hands this time, and we're going to pick a project to do a comments live stream about. And wouldn't you know it, Samus the Spaceman Cowboy is one we've somehow never done a comments live stream about.
I don't think it's ever going to win a vote, so...
We've seen how you guys vote in the Battle Royale. We don't trust you. You're never going to vote. You'll probably vote it out of the Battle Royale the moment you get the chance.
Samus.
So we decided we were going to do a little comments live stream about today for funsies. And we're going to take some questions from you. I was going to say comments, but we'll take those too. We're going to take mostly questions from you guys, though. But we have pulled 10 of our favorite comments from Samus the Spaceman Cowboy. And some of you guys, that might be the first time you've ever watched that. Hopefully not, but maybe. It's not a super popular one, so. Okay, before we get started, I think we have two moderators in the chat today.
Sure do. We
Neff
have
and Joe Maltonio.
Neff and Joe Maltonio. Their names are blue. They have blue wrenches next to their names. They're very knowledgeable, wonderful human beings, and they also
Human beings.
Normal human beings.
I am not a normal human being.
They are normal human beings.
Please respect them. We like them a lot. And they fix things with those little blue wrenches, including people that get out of line. So
Fix people?
don't be someone they have to fix.
Oh, no.
Behave yourselves.
Oh, no.
Even when we talk about a musical you don't like. We also want to thank some Patreon people today. We have some Patreon sponsors.
Five of them. We're going to launch 5 of them into the warp pipe.
Into space.
That's
Where
right.
they be some
We are
space-
sending
space
Shadowbender
people.
197 into space.
Space people, cow people.
Michelle Kushner is going to be eaten by Kraid.
No! Oh no, I'm sorry.
Squeebers is going to be clawed to death by Ridley.
Yikes! Terrible things to be falling off the Patreon
Samethyst is going to be... Who else was in the musical?
The Chozo.
The Chozo.
Is a Martian Indian.
Can't say that.
No,
Samethyst will be raised by the Chozo, though. And
That's
one more. Mother Brain themselves.
Oh, my goodness.
SDC Hawks.
Has a mother brain.
Has a mother
There you
brain.
go.
A
Thank
mother
y'all
chucking brain.
for supporting Random Encounters. You guys are doing more behind the scenes than you realize. We don't tell you about everything, even on Patreon. Though we tell you most of what's going on Patreon. It's you guys that aren't on Patreon that you're still supporting the channel and you have no idea what you're supporting at any given moment. But there are minimum 3 Random Encounters projects, 4 I guess. 5? I don't know. I don't know how to count some of them because some of them are have been going for a while. But there are a lot of different Random Encounters projects going on behind the scenes, and we rely on our Patreon sponsors. If you'd like to become one, if you'd like to become one of them,
you're a normal human.
you can find the link down in the description below. I just get excited about Patreon, all right?
Well, get excited about
I
meme
get
time.
money and I get to make stuff. Meme time.
We have a meme.
All right, so we pulled a meme from our Reddit. We always have to start with something funny here today. This one's from Inverse Sky, and it's timely.
Timely for the Battle Royale. That's
Yeah.
right.
Poor Trombone Champ has no idea. It was just like it snuck in here. It's one of the last things going to be added before this year's Battle Royale, and it's coming in hot. I'm afraid it's going to be a bloodbath this year.
No,
He has
last
no
year was
idea.
the bloodbath.
It's okay, so it's going to be pure vengeance this year.
This, of course, was by Inverse Sky.
Yes, it was. If you want to participate in Meme Time, you can find our Random Encounters Reddit account where we mostly post memes and stuff. But there's some discussions, there's fan theories, things like that, fun little experiments going on. So jump in, join the discussion, and follow us on other social media. Okay, so SAMUS the Spaceman Cowboy. I'm sure some people are just like, I don't even know why this exists. And some people are like, I don't think you know anything about SAMUS based on this song. We're going to get to some of that.
That's right. We're gonna
get
see
some
what
of
people
that.
thought of Samus the Spaceman.
All right, so we're going to start with some comments from the video itself and address those, and then we'll bounce to you guys in a couple seconds. What do we got,
Number
Nate?
10 from Some Person.
Some
Person. This is the most accurate song in the history of Random Encounters. You guys no longer have to strive for accuracy because this song covers it all by itself.
Well, good thing we don't strive for accuracy.
Hey, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're like, it's super fun the way it is, and we want to make it like as close as possible. And sometimes we're like, you know what would be fun? Exaggerating a little bit, which I don't know that this one doesn't count as exaggerating a little bit.
All right, so let's play a little game. What are some of the more extreme, like, we took liberty with the material, and which are some of the ones that we've been actually closer? And where does Samus fall in that spectrum? And you guys play along, too. What's something that's, like, super unlike the game, and then what's something that we're, like, really faithful?
I actually, maybe this is a hot take.
Yeah.
I think Samus, despite what it does and how it exists, is actually more accurately representative of the game than Little Nightmares. My Own Little Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, like, My Own Little Nightmare is one that I think most people would flag immediately. It's like, has very little to do with the game. We did not, My Own Little Nightmare doesn't follow.
Yeah, I feel like short of having 6 in it and, like, the portrait of the lady, it doesn't really have much to do with the game.
No. What about, honestly, a question for FNAF. I'm like, we took the animatronics, we made little hand puppet versions of them. How much did we get right from Five Nights at Freddy's versus how much did we just, like, fabricate? It's like a pun because they're puppets.
Well, okay, but at the time, there wasn't even
It's true. Lure
as
was a lot
much
thinner.
to get right.
Yeah.
Like, you were...
Okay. I don't know. Has the chat come up with anything they think was, like, really far off the beaten path from the game? Because I would also argue that 2 is very close to the game, where we follow actually a lot of the details from the game.
Yeah, and Neff just brought up Secret, where Secret is pretty darn close to the game.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, Samus is weird. It's in the middle.
God of War has been brought up as
Very
not
inaccurate.
not accurate, but the research.
Yes.
Everything they say is accurate.
Yeah.
It's just a weird scenario that doesn't exist in the game.
See, it's weird because I would actually argue that like God of War and this one are pretty close to the same level of accuracy because all the things that are mentioned are correct.
Okay.
But the like situation of like Samus running around wearing a cowboy hat and like getting this like song written about them and like whatever that's I feel like
this conversation does tie in to comment 9 sort of.
All right, so let's bleed into comment 9 here. You can continue in the chat, kind of debating where this falls on the scope of not accurate, and super accurate. Comment number 9 from Shark Quantum Chris Hinners. I love how it loosely follows the story, but only key points. Yeah, I think that is a good definition of, like, it follows the story, but it omits so much, and it, like, purposely, like, tweaks some of it to not make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, for people who don't follow Metroid, like, Samus was raised by the Chozo.
Mm-hmm.
They're not Martian Indians. They're, like, bird people.
Yeah.
She obviously fights Ridley and Kraid.
Ridley is a purple...
He's a purple dragon-ish thing.
Dragon?
Space dragon.
Kraid has 3 eyes?
Yes, I do believe Kraid has.
Metroid are, like, jellyfish or...
They're kind of like jellyfish to an extent.
Is someone... space pirates are a thing.
Yes, the space pirates are a thing. They're not like swashbuckling Jack Sparrow versions of pirates. They're more like traditional, pirates in space.
Can I just say, trying to find pictures of space pirates to draw, like, sort of like the characters from the game, but dressed as pirates was such a pain in the butt. There is not much artwork that's, like, consistent and clear
I
of
feel
space
like
pirates.
the space pirates you don't even see that much of until Metroid Prime. Like, they're mentioned, but you actually fight them in the Metroid Prime game, so you actually see their character models.
I'm trying to figure out if they're even a consistent, like, race of creature or, like, something, or if they're just
They
literally
are.
like, are they? Okay. Because, like, it really was a struggle. It was like, what am I looking at? What here is a space pirate? And being like, are they just weird, gross aliens? And
they're
just being referred to as space pirates, but it's like there's no group called the space pirates. They're just like,
I don't even know
anything that tries to kill you in
like,
space is
they're
not a
kind
space
of like
pirate.
reptilian.
Yeah. Okay, that's a much better picture.
Yeah, they're like...
I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, how do I make a space pirate into a pirate? So anyway, key points. Key points were actually accurate, but that's about it. It's like name only.
Number 8 is from Bmaster4114. You guys made the perfect song for her. People forget originally no one knew Samus's gender until the game ends. Awesome as always.
That's right.
I feel like I just got a gold star and I didn't earn it. I got away with it. It's like I passed my math test, but it's because the teacher forgot to finish like the other side of the paper. But
I actually think it's super fun the times when we get to make a musical where it's not only like accurate to the game, but it's also accurate to your experience playing the game. Where it's like, yeah, this is the exact feeling that you got or hearing the rumors or whatever about the end of Metroid and was Samus really a girl or not a girl or like what's going on?
Our friend Alvin left a really good comment that was like that was you had to take it on faith because the first people to beat the game went and spoiled that kind of thing in person to their friends. It was be like, oh, you gotta get to the end. It turns out Samus is a woman. And you're like, no, you're like messing with me. But the game is hard. So it's like some people didn't actually ever get to the end of the game and had to continue just like, I keep hearing this rumor. Like, it sounds like it must be true, but the manual uses male pronouns. Like,
I don't even think it was beating the game either. I think you had to beat it in under a time limit.
she takes her helmet off, right?
Does she? Oh, she might take her helmet off.
That's like, it's pixelated and you're like, okay, Samus has long hair? Does that mean anything? I don't know. It gave rise to, rumors, legends, myths. Yeah, the experience of Metroid. Yeah, big twist ending.
Dun, dun.
What do we got going on in the chat?
I'll be very honest. We don't have a lot going on in the chat.
Nothing going on in the chat?
We have one question that
No
appeals
one wants to
to our
talk about
students.
this.
No one's here for this
Questions about
musical.
this. Do let us know.
That's okay.
We've killed replay.
But the question that I got from Chris Piggy Paper Adventures is, do you want to make a Samus the Spaceman Cowboy 2?
We have discussed not so much as Samus the Spaceman Cowboy 2.
No.
Yeah, I won't say what characters we've talked about. We've talked about the return of, as we call him, the incompetent narrator, who just doesn't really know about a character as much as he thinks he does.
Yeah, someone mentioned in the chat earlier that like he gets points for enthusiasm, but not so much for research.
Yeah, he goes all in. He's all about like he enjoys the story.
And it's amazing how much like we like him. We would love to let him sing about other video game characters in weird ways. People that have perhaps secrets that you don't find out to the end of the game, or things that are totally telegraphed but he didn't get, or like stuff like that.
So yeah, there's been talk. I think there's been 2 other projects that we've debated doing.
Yeah, 2 other characters. Unfortunately, this wasn't like the most well received or viewed video ever.
You know, even the comments video, it seems
so
barely
it's
got
hard
watched.
to want to bring
turns
the incompetent narrator back for something that's gonna do poorly.
Yeah, maybe one day when we need like a little pinch hitter to like fill a gap in our schedule, we'll bring him in and be like, go for it. Tell us what you know about. And then we'll find out exactly what the incompetent narrator can tell us about.
That's right.
Spoilers, that much.
Vocoder wants to know, was this all animated by AJ?
It was all drawn by me. And Peter did a bunch of the shading work, I think. And then we kind of cooperated to give the motion. So it's more like a motion comic, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's my art style, you can tell. It's silly and wild and bombastic, disturbing at points.
And Jas wants to know if this musical took longer or shorter than the average.
Shorter. But it took longer than we thought it would.
I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, this musical was coming out like just as I was starting to hang out with you guys, so like I didn't really know what's going on. I just watched you guys work on it. But if I remember correctly, it was kind of slammed in there as a project that you needed something for that month, but you had other things going on and you needed something fast and dirty.
So I was thinking about this today. The history behind this project is we were working on FNAF Nights 4 and 5 and the supercut. And so because we just kicked into gear on those, we were trying to figure out how to make a bunch of other projects. And so we did, I think, Onyx the Rock Snake and snuck that in here. And SAMUS the Spaceman Cowboy. And we tried to get determined at the end, I think, together and had to reshoot parts of that because we'd done it a little shoddy because we were kind of rushing because we had so much going on. So yeah, there's a stretch where there are a few projects. I think we did the Pokemon Go in real life thing around that time too. Yes. Kind of trying to buy ourselves a little bit of time. So yeah, we just needed time to work on FNAF. And spoilers again, you might get another SAMUS the Spaceman Cowboy type project this year because we are trying to work on Five Nights at Freddy's stuff again. And you know what happens every time we have to work on Five Nights at Freddy's stuff and keep the channel running, you end up getting SAMUS the Spaceman Cowboy type stuff. Sorry, friends. It might happen again this year.
This is a classic. This is a great video. So
this is the only way you end up with this stuff on Random Encounters is like, oh, but we're trying to do FNAF. We better put out SAMUS the Spaceman Cowboy 2 or something like that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh,
yeah, not a threat, just saying a likelihood, maybe.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Just a real quick, because I think it is a very fast answer. Who sang this song?
I sing this song.
The incompetent narrator.
That's me. I'm the incompetent narrator, it turns out. Yeah. I've seen a lot of reference to Minesweeper, the musical, and I perform that one too. Similar, like, cowboy voice. What are we up to, Nate?
Number 7 from Ivana Tinkle.
Oh, wonderful. Real name, I'm sure.
Yes. This is actually how I learned that Samus was a girl. Lol.
We spoiled it. You know, I heard...
What is the spoiler, like, longevity for this one? Didn't this game come out 20 plus years ago?
80,
yes.
88, 89, 87?
I don't think that's the only person that didn't realize Samus was a girl until watching this video.
Samus wasn't widely advertised particularly as a girl until Zero Suit Samus became a thing in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And I think Zero Mission started it because there's an entire section in the end of Zero Mission, which is a remake of the first Metroid, where you play as Zero Suit Samus. It's like an epilogue kind of thing.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, I'll be honest. At some point, I wasn't even sure that Samus was actually human. I was like, we never see a person, so this could just be like a cyborg or something. So yeah, like Nintendo really kept like that kind of close to the chest, actually, I think.
Yeah, and obviously in Metroid Prime, you can see into the helmet a bit, and
yeah, definitely
when she jumps and gets like takes damage, you hear feminine sounding grunts and groans.
Yeah. Yeah. All the same though, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think you're alone. I don't think you should even be embarrassed, Ivana Tinkle. Maybe.
Maybe you should
Maybe a little.
Maybe you should go tinkle if you really have to.
It's not I have a tinkle. It's Ivana tinkle.
Well, if you want to and you're in a bathroom and a safe space to do it, go for it. If you're in public, like on the subway, you probably shouldn't.
Comment number 6 from 348 Joey. I mean, to be fair, the manual does refer to Samus as a he. There you go. I said that earlier by accident, but
Oh.
yeah,
Really?
it uses male pronouns because it really, really wants to trick you. But I'm like, with 8-bit graphics at the end, assuming somebody even gets to the end of the game, just popping the helmet off and being like, wow, Samus has longer hair than I expected.
It's like a metal singer.
Yeah, it doesn't mean much. So, like, they really, I think, overestimated that people are going to, like, blaze through this game in, what, like 6
It's
hours
like
or
3
something?
hours,
3
probably.
hours? Goodness gracious. It's not an easy game. So, don't know. Bold of them to assume that I'd even finish the game, let alone I do it in a time limit.
That's wild. Number 5 from Allie D. I love your videos and they are so amazing, but the bad part is the drawing.
Oh!
I told AJ earlier,
The bad
springboarding off this comment, somebody had actually commented that the animation was better than Cuphead, and I was like, what?
The bad part is the drawing.
So
there you go.
What we've learned repeatedly is that people
bad
hate
part.
AJ's artwork.
I mean,
Yes, they do.
And yet, when we put up the storyboards, everyone's always like, oh my gosh, look at how adorable AJ's drawing style is. And I'm like, it's the same, y'all.
The bad part is the drawing.
So maybe that's the line of what you're advertising it as. You're like, oh, this is really cute and really good for storyboards. This is really bad for a final video.
Yeah,
Maybe
I guess
that's
so.
what they're...
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is where somebody else like erases your version and draws another one.
Right.
Like, just draw a better one now. Make the whole video again, but better.
No.
I do feel like there is an art form to drawing poorly. Like, you can own it and, like, make it more fun because how bad it looks. And I think my artwork teeters on that line.
I mean, this is like... I say early internet, but obviously this was like 2016 when this came out. But it's got early internet vibes where, like, the artwork didn't matter as much as the... You look at Ego Raptor stuff of, like, Metal Gear Awesome. Like, that is a very sloppy, not overly polished art style.
No.
But it didn't matter because, like, the jokes were funny and it made good commentary on the games kind of thing.
It's more proportionally consistent than mine. Like, Ego Raptor actually has drawing skill, and I don't. So...
Lies.
My guys are like, they're all freaks. All my characters are like misshapen freaks.
I've seen some things on Cartoon Network.
I was
would
gonna
be
say,
like,
and
it
misshapen
fits.
freaks was an entire era, of cartoon history. But
Yeah.
all right,
I'd watch that show, Misshapen Freaks.
misshapen freaks. Let's bounce back to the chat if we've got anybody who wants.
Inverse Sky wanted to know, did you always intend for this musical to be animated, or did you entertain the idea of live action?
Okay, so first of all, congratulations, Inverse Sky. Well done. You won meme time today. Second of all, we had talked about a live action Metroid thing at some point. It actually did get tossed around, and I think we even talked about going out into the desert because we live at the edge of the Mojave Desert here in California. And we said if we have somebody who wants to be Samus, we could go out in the desert and film some generic desert footage stuff with a live action Samus and do the song still.
Is the emphasis on if we have anyone that wants to be Samus?
A little bit, and also you saw the video. There's a lot of gags that we like leaned into. How are we gonna do some of these jokes in live action? Like we'd still end up animating, I think, things like Kraid or Mother Brain. Fun fact: I have experience being a live action Metroid once in my life, and the police came.
I have experience being a live action Samus.
There you go. Nate and I actually have done live action Metroid things back in high school, and they're terrible. And we're probably not ever going to show them to you.
Yeah, Samus was literally like...
Samus was a man. We had a man. Manus.
A man played Samus.
Manus.
But the costume was... We didn't even have red pants.
No.
It was literally just like khaki pants, red hoodie, a motorcycle helmet with like red construction paper over it, and like a gigantic bean can.
Yeah, we had like a big like pudding can or something on your hand. It was like wrapped in paper, and it was like
it was bad.
Arm cannon.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad. So yeah, we did entertain the idea. We had somebody I think that cosplayed Samus that we'd been talking to a little bit, and we were like, this video is too silly. We're going to spend so much time on like drawings and stuff, and we're trying to slam something together. I think part of the selling point to doing this, since we needed something that was going to be fast, was I can just take 2 evenings or 3 evenings, draw everything for the entire video and hand it off to Peter and start back to work on FNAF again. So yeah, we entertained it for like a microsecond and then moved on.
Minty Lemon wants to know if you could go back and change anything about this musical, what would it be?
Nothing. It's perfect.
My perfect, beautiful baby, just the way it is. All right, but like, it's a little bold. It has things that some children, I think, were like, oh, they put that in a musical? You can't say that. And I'm not proud. I'm a little squeamish about the fact that there are musicals that people are like, I can't show my mom and dad this one. I don't like that. I don't like that. And we have a few of them, and some of them are more defensible. This one, it was like part of the style, I think, of being like the big bad Western dude singing about this like manly man, and so we like leaned into it.
Is this one that your mom will or won't watch?
I don't know. She probably finds it annoying, so she probably doesn't watch this one regularly.
Aww.
I'll ask her next time I talk to her. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think this, like, because it feels like it's got a little bit of a vibe of like toxic masculinity, like, and I don't want to just throw the term around because there's such a thing as just being like very masculine, and that's not necessarily toxic masculinity, but it rides that line. Am I out of
It
the
does.
realm?
It does in a weird way. Like, obviously, there are people like that who are perfectly lovely human beings
Mhm.
and like don't require that all men be that with them. And
Yeah.
I think that's the good thing. We don't really actually know if this guy requires that all men be that with him, or he's just really excited about this guy being that.
It's just
I
really
don't-
excitable.
And I don't know.
Let's leave that up to the chat. Do you find this to be a representation of toxic masculinity, or like just... I don't even know if it's masculinity, to be honest. A lot of these qualities are not particular. Like, we just associate them with masculinity.
We
but
should
they're,
probably
like,
judge
aggressive.
him more for saying Martian Indians, to be honest.
We should.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely
more of a
should.
questionable one.
Yeah, he
Though
should.
you can't really... Like, I don't know how you would say Martian Native Americans. I'm like,
No,
but
you
they're
would-
Martian. Like, you can't really...
Like, everything about the line is just incorrect. Like,
what? Yeah.
But they are native to Mars, correct?
Yeah.
So they're Martian
yeah,
natives.
but somehow they're the more native...
Indigenous Martian?
I guess.
Like,
It's
I,
like,
don't
yeah.
know, I don't know how you describe it.
Because we don't know what not indigenous Martians actually are in this. I'm like, Chozo aren't even from Mars.
No.
So like, literally every moment of what he says about that is wrong, except for that they are Chozo. Yeah.
He did say, I think, at the end.
He did.
He's strong.
Qualifier. The almighty qualifier.
I think.
I think.
I
As long
think-
as he says I think it, then that's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure the chat has all agreed that what this incompetent narrator is just a really fantastic hype man.
He,
I love that. He's just a fantastic hype man.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
he's
your
all in.
generosity.
I would love to have this guy follow me around, talk me up to people. He'd tell everybody the complete wrong things about me, but man, he'd be so passionate
I like to
about
believe,
it.
like, in an alternate version of this musical, like, instead of ending the way it does, it ends with, like, him in, like, a pitch meeting with Samus. He's like, and this is your bounty hunting ad.
Yeah,
And she's like,
it's amazing.
no.
Yeah.
Pass.
What are we up to?
we? Number 4. Number 4 from Sky Does Stuff. Do another Metroid song and don't waste it talking about how manly and masculine she is. Honestly, I feel cheated.
Ooh, fair,
So,
fair.
So we need to do Samus the space woman cowgirl.
I think
don't-
I think this is a plea for a genuine Metroid song, and I get it. Like, so many video games that we've like done songs for, they got fairly like, you know, at least like knowing like satire versions of like the story or whatever, where it's like, yeah, we changed things or made it funnier, but it's for the gamer's favor. I feel like this one is almost at the expense of like, I don't know. I could see somebody being like, at least, you know, be in with the joke instead of like kind of making fun of people that aren't in on the joke. I don't know.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
It's interesting because I feel like people complained a lot about Metroid. what is that one called? I can't remember. The one that everybody hated. That was made by Bandai. Is on the Wii.
Other M?
Other M. People complained about Other M because Samus was given more feminine and motherly qualities in that one towards the Metroid child. And people complained. So it's weird that it's like, she's not manly and masculine, but don't you dare say she's feminine or motherly either.
Yeah. I don't know. The Metroid community might be harder to please than some. I don't know.
We're not hard to please. We just want Metroid Prime 4
just
to
want Metroid
actually
Prime 4 to come
happen. It was announced like 8 years ago.
Yeah. No, I don't begrudge somebody at all being like, you guys just made like a one-note joke about like just getting a bunch of lore wrong. But some games, like again, like 2 we referenced, just basically got reinterpreted as a musical. Like, here's a music video about doing stuff. Is that so much to ask? And I would say no, it's not. So, sorry,
Sky
who was
does
it?
stuff.
Who was
It was Sky does
Sky-
stuff on the other
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
I stand with you. I understand that.
To adapt, because it's in space, and space is harder to recreate on Earth.
But
It is.
we film in space. I don't know what you're talking about.
There would have been ways to have done a more faithful Metroid one, and we haven't entirely written it off, I think, still. But the fact is, it didn't perform super well anyway. I don't know that there's enough of a community around musicals that also likes Metroid, or vice versa. So, sorry about that. Oops. Comment number 3 from Maddie. You guys thought I wouldn't recognize that backing track? I can hear the Pac-Man musical in there somewhere. Nice throwback. Throwback? What? Huh?
Accidental
What?
similarities?
Not a throwback, but thank you for complimenting it anyway.
Hang on 2 clicks. I think literally everybody is buffering, including us.
Uh-oh. YouTube, what's going on?
Oh.
Are we still
Okay.
here?
I thought up. I think.
All right. Well, none of that stuff was important.
Is Taylor Swift putting a new video out right now or
No,
something?
no, she's not. She's on tour.
Blame
That
it.
wouldn't
Blame
stop
it on
her.
Tay-Tay. Hashtag blame Tay-Tay.
I see your wheel spinning there again.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Did they get the last
I
question?
don't think they did.
Okay. Let's just wait like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Make sure that our internet is working.
I'm like, let me go check something.
Maybe
Okay.
working?
All right, people are saying we're better now.
I just wanted to
I'm
make sure that
better
like
now.
our Dropbox or OneDrive wasn't trying to save like a million files.
I haven't put anything big in there
I mean,
recently, so.
recently being like, this hasn't been booted up since last week.
We're not better. We're not better. We're kind of better.
All right, why don't you reread the last comment?
All
and
right.
See what we
We're going to read this one again. Number 3 from Maddie. You thought I wouldn't recognize that backing track? I can hear the Pac-Man musical in there somewhere. Nice throwback. Thank you. Wasn't a throwback. That is actually accidental. I didn't even hear it until reading that comment.
Yeah,
And then I go back and look.
I didn't get the comment until he started
I guess
like
it hurt.
kind of humming things along, and then I was like,
Yeah.
all right, kind of.
Versus you can hear like just that first like phrase, but it is like kind of the same. Weird. One is a lot more intense though, with like guitars and stuff, so
Yeah.
it kind of sneaks
Yeah.
by. Not one of the most egregious ones. Well, no, it might be one of the more egregious ones. It's not the only one, is what I meant to say.
It's not the first one we've been called out on. Let's say that.
I
Yeah.
see you
Go
still
check for yourself.
buffering Over there.
Shh, we're not buffering. We can't buffer.
We're all out of buffer. We can no longer buffer.
What's going on?
Let's try number 2 from the Unkillable Cat. More than 9 lives? Completely unkillable?
Cat came back.
Oh. He said Temmie deserved it.
Oh no.
Temmie
Talk
deserved
about
it?
a hot take.
Yikes.
Temmie deserved it.
That is
I
like the
don't-
only comment that goes that direction. I saw so many of the other direction. We found the one person that was like,
What,
Temmie deserved it.
what did Temmie do to them?
Yeah, Temmie's killed my family.
You're an unkillable
You
cat.
monsters! Well, Unkillable Cat has a killable family apparently, and Temmie's got to them first. Wow, yeah, that's I don't know what a Temmie could possibly do to deserve to be like mounted on a wall like that. I'm gonna believe that Temmie is not dead, and it's actually sticking its head through a hole in the wall and waiting there in Samus's house like a weirdo. That's the most Temmy thing it could possibly do, I think.
It is pretty Temmy.
Yeah.
Pretty Temmy.
I like using pretty Temmy as like an adjective.
Temmy.
Like, that's very Temmy of you.
Hmm.
What's the chat think if they're still alive after the
I
buffer?
believe they're telling us that there's some issues still, probably.
A little bit. They said they're not dropping sound, just video. So I'm assuming that we're okay-ish.
Huh.
The only question I think we haven't answered from the chat so far is from Jas, asking if this was a stressful musical to make or if it was as relaxing as it looks.
No, it got more stressful because once we started trying to do more like shading and stuff, there were very specific ways we had to do every shot, and then we had to bring them all into After Effects once they've been shaded. So you'd be surprised how much more went into this than was supposed to go into it. It's like there's a million things that can go wrong as soon as you're like jumping between like 2 or 3 Adobe programs on multiple computers and trying to like get them to all. I'm pretty sure there are effects either I couldn't get to stay the way I wanted, that kept undoing themselves or redoing themselves or things like that. And I just gave up on a couple shots. I was like, fine, this one doesn't get animated the way I was planning to. It's just going to do this thing because the program constantly resets it back to that for some reason. If I tried it again now, maybe I'd figure out why it was redoing things and fixing stuff. But yeah, it was a little more stressful, especially when you're working on other stuff at the same time. Nothing is as easy as it looks.
Nothing simple.
Yeah.
It's random encounters.
Nate, do you want to read us our number 1 comment?
I can.
Our number 1 comment. Who's it from?
Our number 1 comment is from Mint Fox.
Mint Fox.
They say, still a better representation of Samus than Federation Force.
Oh, see, I thought you were talking about Federation Force earlier when you said that game everybody hated.
Oh, no,
It's like,
that's...
That was one everybody hated.
Yeah, that
I
one
forget
didn't
they
even
made
have
that.
Samus in it, really. I don't
No,
think.
what was that on the DS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jag Cop also says, in relation to that comment,
Oh.
this song should be in Federation Force as a legend told among the troops who have heard rumors about Samus's deeds and just have a vague idea about who he is.
See, that's hilarious. That's a great idea. That actually would have been a better like way of depicting the musical. If we'd thought ahead and been like, hey, let's just have a bunch of weird space bounty hunters talking about the
Federation
famous
Force
Samus Aran.
exist at that point? I don't remember when that came out.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
try not to
I remember
remember.
it was like they put it out at E3 and nobody went and played it. I remember that I was there that
People
year.
are
I was
like,
like,
is this a joke?
nobody wants to play that one, okay? And I didn't either, so I didn't. Yeah, but that's a really smart idea though for like explaining away like in a more like lore consistent method. Would have been really hilarious. That was it. That was the top 10 comments. They weren't so bad. I thought they were pretty good.
We still have 20 minutes left of this stream.
Well,
20
it's going to take
minutes.
20 minutes to catch up to where we were.
The
Are we
buffering.
buffering? I'm like, do I need to go like stop it and restart it and hope that it...
It's evening out. I think
Samus the
everyone's
You
Spaceman
doing
say
it.
that, but we have a bonus comment.
A bonus
do.
comment.
And we put it in a video, and it's going to be really awkward if the video is laggy and buffery.
Which is why I think that we should hold off for a second.
Just eat a little time. We'll just... Yeah, exactly like that.
Yes. I'm not seeing any new questions about this musical, but...
No one cares about Samus the Spaceman Cowboy. That's exactly why we chose it and did a comment stream. So you never have to see it on a poll again. When you guys vote for comments, we're not going to put this
never
one
going to be
in.
there to be the one to just
No.
not get any votes.
Yeah.
Poor Samus.
And we figured that we'd save you guys the trouble. We would pick it instead. And there you go. Like I said, I was actually surprised that we had as many comments that I thought were actually kind of funny as there were. And we'll get to our bonus comment in a second. Let's talk about the Battle Royale really quick because it's open. You can vote right now.
That's true. Round 2 is open right now over in the main channel's community tab. There's a little link to a Google form where you can vote on whatever you think of the musicals. But this year the rules are different than usual. You have to vote for your least favorite, the one you want out of the competition instead of your favorite.
Do you think people have been doing that?
Yes.
You think they've been reading the rules?
Yes.
Okay.
The
All right.
rules are in like 6 different places, so they're a little bit hard to miss.
All
And I'm
right.
very glad that they're hard to miss, doing that on purpose. But also the results for both the first round and this round so far are drastically different than I expected if people were voting for their favorites. People seem to be targeting musicals.
That you don't think
not-
are their favorite?
I do not. Based on this is our 5th year doing it. I have some pretty good understanding of what
We call it
tends
data.
to beat each other. Yeah, I have
Data.
data. I've analyzed it. I'm
You've
a data
surveyed a
analyst
lot of
now.
encounters over the years.
And yeah, things that do not usually get very many votes at all are getting a lot of votes.
The most votes.
So, definitely you guys are reading the rules, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
very excited about. And also, as we anticipated, this change in rules is really kind of shaking up our Battle Royale, which is nice. I think people have gotten very used to seeing the same things move forward into Phase 2. I can't really give anything away until Sunday when we're going to announce the winners.
It's competitive.
But it's very competitive.
Highly competitive this year. And just remember, like, the rules aren't vote one out that you don't like and that's the end and the others all move on.
No.
Everything but one gets taken out. So, yeah, be liberal about your choices because it is a firestorm. People are picking off 12 at a time or something. Is that like, there's like 12 or 13 in every round?
Yeah, so there's 13 in each round, and
Yeah.
12 of them leave. It's the musical with the least votes, the single musical with the least votes gets to move forward into the next phase.
Absolutely insane.
And
Like,
this is, the first phase has, I'm trying to remember right now, 12 rounds, 13 rounds, somewhere in there. So we're in round 2. There's still a lot of voting to go. There's a lot of musicals to kick out. But y'all have already made history. Like, there's already some wacky things going on, and I'm enjoying it.
are we going to be posting these on Sunday still like normal?
I assumed we
Okay,
will.
then we'll have to prep. We haven't actually started working on any kind of
Oh,
the
no.
recap
We
format.
have work to do.
Normally I set that project up so we have like a template and I haven't done it. Yeah, so anyway, Battle Royale, go vote in it.
It sounds like a lot of the chat has voted in both round 1 and round
Good.
2 already, which
Excellent.
I'm very glad to hear.
Thank you for
I
participating.
see some people saying they voted for some things that they really hope don't make it.
Well, that's not
That's
nice.
nice.
That's rude.
We'll see. We'll see. Depends on if the people that do like it voted harder than you did.
Voted harder.
Voted harder. That's right. The SAMUS the Spaceman Cowboy votes.
All
With
right.
muscle.
Chat, back me up on this. I haven't seen any lagging on my end here for probably the last minute and a half while we've been talking. Has anyone else been having lagging issues that we should hold off on our bonus comment?
The great bonus comment.
Great bonus comment.
Eh?
I'm
Suppose
sorry.
we have to do something.
They're on a delay. Would you want to tell a funny story while we're on a delay?
No.
I don't know funny
What
stories.
did you have for breakfast today?
I didn't have a breakfast.
Breakfast
That's not
is
actually
for people that are awake before.
It's true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I slept in today.
All right.
You know what happened? The cat burst in on me. That's a funny story. I like heard him like under the door, like, shh, 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 right? Like he wanted in, and you had like left or you gotten up early, and I was like, no, just leave me alone. So like I just like rolled over and ignored him, and it got quiet, and then the door was like, it just burst in, and 2 cats run into the room, and then just jump on the bed and are like, food, and I was like, whoop.
Wait a minute.
That's the.
Okay.
They got in,
I
even
didn't
though
close
they
the door
thought
well enough again?
they thought the door was closed enough that they were just reaching under it and like scratching and stuff. And then they must have taken a running like boom and like burst through the door like SWAT team coming to
Crazy
get me.
cats.
Next question.
Yeah.
Did you feed them?
Yeah, I did.
They got fed twice.
They
Those
were that
lousy
desperate.
cats.
Well, these cats.
Got me.
Because
No,
I
they
was like,
wanted.
oh, they won't annoy you as much if I feed them right now.
No, yeah, they were like, we're hungry, feed us.
Oh, no.
I didn't see food already in there either, so they must have eaten it all. when
They're
you gave it to them.
they're starving. They're parched, horribly starving
Hungry
cats.
cats.
They never
Oh,
get fed
just-
ever.
Oh, except 4 times a day at this point. Oh, I'm so hungry. Yeah, they'll just eat as much as they can, I think. We have to cut them off at some point. But.
All right. I think the majority of people
All
are
right.
saying that their lagging is over.
Cool.
So
Okie dokie.
let's talk about our bonus.
All right, so Nate, you pulled a bonus comment for us, right?
We have a bonus comment, and here it is in lovely video format.
bonus comment material. There it is.
Yes. So in case some of you were not aware, many people did not get the joke. They did not watch all 2.5 minutes of the video and immediately went to the comment section to be Samus is a girl.
You expect way too much out of YouTube comments.
That's right.
That is not how they work. Nate was kind enough to go pull just one string of those.
That
but
was
went
only
back.
a fraction of the ones that exist. It's not like I pulled every single one.
Yeah, I feel like
There are so many.
like this one gets brought up like every time we go to a convention, and we're always like, oh my gosh, I bet you if you go right now to the comment section and sort by recent, the first comment you're gonna find is guys, Samus is a girl, and it's always true. It is, and it's not like it's the same one. It's just people continually coming in and being like,
and always do it.
Samus is a girl, y'all. And we're like, we're just collecting them now. We are collectors of comments like that.
I feel like the less popular this musical gets, or the longer it's been since it got posted, the more people like you guys go back and actually check it. And so I feel like in recent history where the top or the most recent comment is not necessarily that anymore, because somebody will come back and be like, wow, this comment section. So thankfully there are more people now that go back and actually find this musical and try to like skew it a little bit back in the favor of maybe somebody watched the video before commenting. Nate's just doing the check right now. But yeah, it's called YouTube Horror Stories. We do this panel at a lot of the conventions. In fact, perfect segue, we're going to be doing it at the end of May over at MomoCon in Georgia. So if you want to actually see a live version of YouTube Horror Stories and probably end up getting told the story, hopefully you can clear your Memorial Day weekend schedule and come hang out with us. Was it?
No.
What?
There's like 4 comments back, which is like a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, the most recent comment I believe was that it sounds like the Pac-Man song.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
that, like, obviously we pulled one saying that it sounded similar. It
Yeah.
wasn't the only one either. There are multiple people that somebody I think did make like a fake percentages, being like 90% of the comments on this are people saying Samus is a girl. This many percent are people correcting those people. This many percent are people saying it sounds like Pac-Man. And then this many percent are people being like, no, poor Temmie. And like, that's the comment section.
Basically. I didn't actually catch it in the bonus thing. Did we have the person that was like literally nobody talking about that Samus is actually a girl and like somebody replying to it? Did that one go in the...
No, I don't think
that made me laugh a lot. It's like you have one reply, like somebody being like, literally no one in this comment section is talking about Samus is not actually a man, and had the response of like, dude, everyone is talking. Every comment.
That's literally every comment. Yeah.
It's like, how did you come down here and add this comment without reading a single other comment? There you go. There was the comments. I think we all knew that one was coming. Thank you all for your patience waiting for it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing just how egregious the internet can be.
That's right.
I kind of did. It was kind of amusing.
We have 12 minutes left, so do we have any hints?
Hints for the next musical.
For the next musical.
Yeah, I was actually working on lyrics and a little bit of music right before the stream. And I'm going to go back to it, actually, afterward. It's like my prison sentence. I have to go get chained to my desk.
You get paid, though.
That's true. I get paid. I still get chained to my desk. I get paid.
We don't chain him to his desk. He can get up and leave.
Beat me. So the next musical, the one that I'm working on right now, it stars your favorite Italian gaming character.
It does. Your favorite Italian gaming character.
Definitely your favorite.
I think some people might argue with that one later. Like, it might not be their favorite.
Well, it should be. There.
It should be.
That's the second hint. AJ says it must be your new favorite. Let me tell you about your favorite gaming character. There you go. That's a hint. Is we're making a musical starring an Italian gaming character. Or a gaming character that is Italian is what I should actually say. I don't know. You know,
what is the difference
you
there?
think
Whether
I would
that's
know these things.
Made in Italy or whether...
Yeah, I think that's the crucial difference that I'm trying to get at is not made in Italy. It is a gaming character that is Italian.
Okay.
There you go. That's it. That's the hint. Send tweet.
Well, now we have 11 minutes.
That was yeah.
Well, maybe
that just ruined like the next like 2 weeks of hints. We could leave early. I could get chained to my desk earlier than usual.
That's right.
Excellent.
Okay.
But we are, like I said, working on other projects too. I don't think we're going to give you hints about those, but
Not at the moment.
yeah, I
But-
did send out a music track yesterday to somebody. I am going to record you hopefully this weekend for something, a different something. And yeah, I owe some actors an email about rescheduling their shoot. I think that's going to happen, unfortunately. But hey, that's cool too. There's another shoot coming
And if you
for another
want
thing.
more details than these very vague music tracks, rescheduled actors, etc., etc., you are welcome
That's
to
the boring
join
stuff.
our Patreon. Our patrons over there get reports from behind the scenes, so they get to know what we're working on and when we're working on it, which means none of them get fooled by things like April Fool's videos for musicals that definitely aren't finished yet. And they
Hey,
also,
that's what we can talk about.
So we can talk.
I was just thinking about the FNAF movie got announced like yesterday.
Totally did.
Everybody wants to talk about that, right? Like, that's a thing.
That is a thing.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, go ahead.
In fact, I was talking about this with Gwen because we actually at Random Encounters booked a movie theater out to watch the Super Mario Brothers movie next week.
Sure
Because
did.
we're so dang excited about it, and we've worked with a lot of people over the years, and we wanted to give them a chance to come hang out with us and celebrate one of the world's most popular, successful video games getting its movie, which I know it got a movie in the 90s. We don't talk about it. we're going to pretend this is the first time it's getting a movie. So that's what we're going to do is we're really excited to do that and just bring a bunch of our friends to the movies to watch a Mario movie. And then I saw the news that we have a release date for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and it's this October. So Nate, I wondered whether or not we should consider doing the same thing and inviting some people to come to a like Five Nights at Freddy's movie screening. That's like the private Random Encounters premiere.
If you want.
I don't know.
Are you looking at me like I make these decisions?
Well, because I know Gwen is too scared. Like, and that's not
okay. For real, I did
not
already
bashing her.
kind of tell AJ that I may or may not watch it in theaters because we
Too
just watched
spoopy.
Dungeons and Dragons and I got jump scared in Dungeons and Dragons. And y'all, if you've seen it, know there's not really anything to be jump scared in that. So
There's a couple things. There's a
I
couple.
found them.
I mean, they were
Gwen is the jump
they
scare
were
detective.
definitively jump scares. They weren't
Yeah.
put there to not startle you.
Yeah. And that's the thing about jump scares is like some people really like them. I think there's a lot like roller coasters thing. Some people like the feeling of being out of control. And they're like, "Wah! I'm getting thrashed around." And some people are like, "Stop doing that. That's irritating." Or even worse, being like, "Stop! You're gonna hurt something. It doesn't feel good. My insides are gross and pukey." Jump scares work the same way. Some people are like, "I just love feeling my reflexes tested. Oh man, oh it's so fun." And some people are like, "This is the worst experience of my life." It's one of the reasons I feel like I'm not a reflex person. I don't like shooting guns, for example. I've done it. I can't stop flinching when a gun goes off like 2 inches from my face. It just doesn't feel good. But some people love them. And they go out to shooting ranges. They pay people money for the chance to and just explode in front of their face. And I don't understand. So jump scares work really differently for different people. And for Gwen... The Five Nights at Freddy's movie, this is a game series built on jump scare effectiveness.
And I mean, y'all know. Y'all have
So-
watched me play any game here on the channel with jump scares on it, and you know they catch me, and they catch me really aggressively.
Unpleasantly. Gwen is not the kind of person that goes, "Whoa, that felt so good. I'm so glad they got me with that one."
And you know what? You guys don't think it's good. You're like, "Ow, my ears, rip headphone users, etc.
Okay,
No one needs that in the
yeah.
theater. Nobody needs that in the theater.
So anyway, maybe we'll do something like that still. But I'm not sure Gwen will come to the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with us.
That
Catch-
sounds like I
catch it on
watch
Blu-ray
at
or
home.
streaming later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We're the only people I can annoy are
Isn't
you
it-
two.
It's on streaming the same day,
It's
isn't it?
stream day,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
You-
works out well for me.
You can literally sit here and watch it at home by yourself
At the
while we
same
go
time.
to the theater and see it.
Yes.
Oh, you
That
know
makes
what's
it even
great?
scarier.
Perfect.
We could. Okay, so hear me out. If we have the sets back up for filming our own stuff for FNAF the Musical, we could stream a watch party on the set of FNAF the Musical. It'd be so cool. We should probably spend that time filming it instead. But you know what? It just
How
sounds
many
cool.
people do you think we can fit into the FNAF set?
Not
How many people do you think are gonna come?
I just from the experience
More
of trying
than could fit on the FNAF set.
from the experience of trying to shove a bunch of people holding puppets under a table together, I know those sets get really cramped really fast. So maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe we'll look into the theater thing again. But yeah, so FNAF movie, this first teaser screen picture image, first image from the movie came out, and it looks really cool. So I'm kind of excited, but I'm also bittersweet because I don't want them to end up doing the same story beats or ideas or twists that we've talked about. Because I'm like, no, people say we copied the movie, and you guys will be like, no, they were working on it for like 10 years. Like it's fine.
I don't think they're going to.
They totally were working on that, just never got it done. But yeah, I jazzed to see what they do with it. I think it could turn out really, really good.
It's time to like take your partial script and mail it to yourself so it has a postmark.
Yeah,
keep it
like,
sealed.
just to prove to everybody, I really was thinking this before the movie came out. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see, especially because I remembered that Scott has been actively working behind the scenes on like the script and stuff with them. Like he's been involved. I have no idea because we don't see usually the game devs working with Hollywood like that actively on the story beats for the movie. So I'm like holding out a lot of hope that like that could be a big critical like piece that has been missing from all the other video game movies. It's just they never actually bring in the person responsible for the game. And this time they did. So who knows? Who knows? It's a world of opportunity. Sparkly child murdering opportunity. Moldy animatronic opportunity. Should we sign off about here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So go vote in the Battle Royale, please. Because you're going to be sad when your favorite got burned by someone else's favorite. And I guess we'll see you on Sunday with a little recap video just letting you know, what is it? 28? No. That'd be 14. 24. 24 musicals that are getting thrown out of the competition. Look forward to that. You can see us there on Sunday over on RE Extra.
Yep.
That's where we're doing it.
That's right.
And of course, it'll get posted to the community tab on the main channel as well, so don't worry about missing it. But do keep in mind that there will be a vote every Monday and Thursday, pretty much until our birthday.
That's right. We announced the winner on the birthday, don't we?
That's right. Our birthday is June 6th?
7th.
7th. Our birthday is
Not a real Random Encounters fan.
Our birthday is June 7th, and we will be announcing the 5th Battle Royale champion right there. It should be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what you guys do this year.
Alrighty. Guys, we'll see you next Friday. Beard salute! Woo!